Hey everyone, it's Kristen Irvin with Everyday Beverly, and welcome back. We're glad you joined us today. Today we're here with Melanie Richards and Danielle Watson.
Hello.
And welcome.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, they're our neighbors here in Beverly, and the reason why I how I found Danielle is I was on Nextdoor, right? You get those little notifications, and I noticed that she was doing a adopt a family. And early in the year, I was thinking about doing it myself. And so when I saw that she was doing that, I thought, oh, great, somebody's doing it. I need to get in touch with her and find out what the scoop is. And so I just wanted to really give her the opportunity, and Melanie, to talk about a few of the causes that they're supporting and that we can all become involved in and how we can do that today. So Danielle, you wanted to start a little bit about what you're doing with the Adopt a Family.
Yes, thank you. I actually looked into different opportunities that we would be able to help in the most way possible. And Melanie came up with the idea of looking into Adopt a Family. So I Googled Adopt a Family and found a place called Development Centers and got the name of a lady named Sally Bond, who kind of told me how the program worked, that you can get a small family, a medium family, or a larger family, and you basically get a list of their needs and you get what they need. And so I wanted to help as much as possible, so I put it on social media such as the Nextdoor site, Facebook and Instagram, and had a tremendous turnout that year. I think it was the first year we did it, right?
Yeah.
And we had essentially strangers but neighbors come and drop off everything from $100 in cash to a full meal with a poinsettia to sit on their table.
Oh, sweet.
And we actually got a bike.
we donated a bike.
Yeah, so they actually didn't have a vehicle, so we were able to get them it was part of an oven, some type of oven, some hot plates, a bike. We had 3 SUVs full to the brim that we were able to supply that family of one adult with 9 children. We were able to do a mom that had 2 children, one with leukemia, I think it was, and then we helped 2 struggling older but still young men that were trying to get off their feet and get out from underneath living with their mom.
Wow, so powerful. So this year they were doing an Adopt a Family over Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And that was also successful, and they're taking the same family,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
And we're going to be supporting them through Christmas. So, and through the holidays. And so this is just another opportunity. 9 kids.
Yeah.
Right?
So the families that we have for this, thank you, and I think the whole thing we wanted to keep them from Thanksgiving was that they got a lot of things. They got a microwave, which they really needed because they don't have, they needed that to cook. And they also got a lot of food, but there was basic needs that the children didn't have, such as coats. And so as we know how cold it is outside. And we were talking about how, it's nice, kind of when you go back to school in September to have your new backpack and that, and if you don't have that, it feels kind of you feel a little bit left out. So we don't want the children to feel like that. I know at least my house growing up, we always had ample, perhaps excess, presents, and so just to think of these children not having anything to open is pretty. It's pretty heartbreaking. And so the family we have this year is actually 2 women who are cousins that are living together to kind of pool their resources and raise their children together. One, I'll just read their ages. So there's one adult, and she has a little 4-year-old girl and a little 3-month-old, sorry.
Oh, so
tiny,
brand new.
3-month-old baby. And then the other cousin has an 8-year-old little girl, a 5-year-old little girl, and then a 1-year-old little boy. So a lot of the things that they need are just really basic: coats, shirts, a pair of shoes, educational toys, a book, coloring books. And Danielle talked about some of the people who have really gone above and beyond, but not everybody has the ability to give that much. And so really anything makes a difference if you're able to purchase one toy. I know a lot of people do. So if they have a child who's 7, they'll maybe take that child out to get a toy that's for a 7-year-old that they know what they like.
Right, and you can explain it to the child that you're giving it to someone who doesn't have anything. So what a great way to introduce, giving. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Okay, and so this is, I know from myself, I'm always like, where do I turn to give? I want to do something, I want to get involved. And so these are some of the ways that you can start to investigate and figure out what appeals to you. So we have the Adopt a Family, and then we also have a food drive, right? Do you want to explain a little bit about that, Danielle?
Sure. One of the ways that I wanted to get involved, I have a youngster who is under the age of 12 and 14, and which is the usual age of when they will allow your child to come and volunteer. And what I wanted to do is try to find a way to start young and teach them about giving, and that the true meaning of a holiday for what a lot of us want our children to be involved in, what they don't know. And so I have been looking, my son's almost 4, I've been looking, and I finally found something called Focus Hope. And Focus Hope delivers boxes of food monthly to elders in need that can't get out, that are at either an age or a disability that they can't get out. And so my son would actually be able to go with me to their warehouse, pick up the boxes, then deliver them. You can pick what zip code you want, then you call however many deliveries, if you want to make 1 to 20 or whatever, how many, then you just call the elder and say, are you available today? I'm going to be coming and dropping off your food. Then, you plan it out and you go drop off your food and you're done. And on the 15th, they're having their 50th anniversary, and I just wanted to bring this up, that they are going to be supplying food, their holiday program, and it's for 1,400 low-income citizens, which starts at 8 o'clock, and there's no paperwork to it. You just drive up your car, pick up however many you need. They give you the slips of where to deliver it, and you take it to whoever you need. They have a website that you would go to, which is volunteers@focushope.edu, and it shows
volunteer.
Thank you. Yeah, volunteer@focushope.edu. Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll have that information on the screen too. So I mean, think about it this way too. If you have older students that are looking for community service hours,
Right.
they can go out together. So there's always safety in numbers, and investigate how they can contribute. If they're driving, they can do that together.
Yeah.
And it's just a few hours, but wow, what a great way to make an impact. So. Okay, so let's hear a little bit more about your books, because there's also one more program that we want to introduce you to. We don't want to leave this out because this is really simple but really powerful. So Melanie, if you can speak to a little bit about what you do and how people contribute to what, to your kids.
Thank you. So I work for Kids Talk Children's Advocacy Center. It's a program at the Guidance Center. So we have an office in Southgate and one in Detroit, in Midtown Detroit, right by the DIA. And so we work with the police and prosecutors and Children's Protective Services to assist them in their investigations of child abuse and neglect. So we do forensic interviews of children. So these are children 0 through 17 who perhaps have been they're alleged to have experienced sexual abuse or physical abuse or some type of thing. And the other thing we do a lot of is interviewing children who have witnessed crimes. So children who have witnessed, unfortunately, perhaps homicides or arsons or things of that nature. And so we really want it to be a supportive, safe environment.
Really traumatic things for young kids, yeah.
And so one of the important things when they come in, them and their families can be very heightened. It's obviously can be really impactful to have seen or experienced that. And so we have it. Our place in Detroit is a house. It's a historic home. So the children walk in and they're like, do you live here? And it used to be a house, many moons ago. But we try and just make it very warm and safe for them. And so we do services such as the forensic interviews, medical exams, we have trauma-focused therapy, and then also advocacy services as well, outreach and prevention. So one of the things that we do is when the children leave there is, they're so brave. They're so brave to be able to come in and tell what they've seen or what they've experienced, and really putting their faith in us that we are going to help help be part of the solution and start them on a new chapter. And so we like to give them a book when they leave. And so obviously it's something that's maybe seems kind of minuscule to us, but I was saying,
and they get to pick it out.
They have it. Yep, we have them posted at both of our doors, and they can choose it regardless if they've had a service or they're just a brother or sister came along because their brother or sister was there. And so these are books for children 0 through 17, and of all types. And gently used books is definitely appreciated. And so what they do, they take a book and they just act like you've given them $1 million. And so these are children perhaps that don't have, access to books. And so often they're there in front of that display for a long period of time trying to figure out to make that decision.
Yeah.
So we just, ask people who, perhaps have excess books or who are maybe children have moved on to the next age group is just to consider donating the books so that we can give them to these children.
Wow, that's great. And so we've gotten a lot of really good ideas today of how we can give back, and not just, even though this is the time of the year that we typically do that, but then we can do this throughout the whole year. And they do, you do, right? You continue to do these things, these programs throughout the year. So if you'd like to get involved and learn more information, please contact them and jump in and give what you can and what you feel moved to do. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before?
No, I just want to say thank you in advance to anybody who will help. The Nextdoor site was so amazing to come to a door you've never been to and to provide for people that you don't know, and just give from your heart. And we try to make it easy where if you just want to grab one thing and throw it on my porch, I'll grab it. And so we had a whole foyer full, and it was a heartful. And if you would have seen the thanks and the praise of God and all of the things and the motions that happened when we were able to deliver, it made you think, I'll never not do this again.
Right.
So,
you know that feeling you get when you're so excited to give something.
Yes.
You feel even. I think it's more fulfilling to know that you've had such a huge impact. As a matter of fact, I have chills. So
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And remember, we have great neighbors here, and we're so grateful for you. And we look forward to your contribution and hearing from you. So thanks for joining us today at Everyday Beverly, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.